Welcome back, Dabblers, to Fully Submissive, the episode where I finally submit and realize I've been wrong about everything all along. I'm lying.
Why do you lie so much?
Like women do.
Lucy does dabble, Lucy does Dabbleverse, she does dabble, Lucy does Dabbleverse, Lucy does dabble.
I'm pretty confident in all the crap I've been telling you, even though I'm just a dumb paralegal and not even an attorney.
Lucy is a paralegal. Yeah?
And I gotta admit, I know a little bit about how lawsuits work.
Don't fucking inflate what she does, okay? She's not that bright.
Today we're continuing the discussion on everyone's favorite LOLsuit, where Stuttering John Melendez is suing Karl and Shuli over the right of publicity, alleging that the two lowly podcasters used his likeness without permission.
I've done and achieved things that they never, ever will.
Speaking of drinking games, Dr. Steve's Dabble Dice is amazingly fun and you should be playing it. So back in September, all the motions came up for judicial review. The ones submitted by plaintiff John Melendez and his attorney Tabber, and also the ones submitted by defendants Karl and Shuli through their attorney Danny. The courts like to look at all of the documents all together so that they don't have to read and reread piles of steaming crap. That's why they were all heard in September. September 19th to be specific, which was the big return date. This was the first day that the papers, all 70 plus of them, were finally going to be seen by the judge. Everyone, myself included, was hoping that the judge would finally end this clown parade. But no fireworks, no dismissals, just more procedural mumbo-jumbo. The judge looked at the pile and went, then stamped it fully submitted. All right, Dabblers, here's what fully submitted actually means. It means all the papers are in, nobody adds or fixes anything else, and the judge will make his ruling whenever he damn well pleases. That's it. No more memos, no more oppositions, no more, Your Honor, let me just file one more thing. I swear, it's the last one, really.
All right. One more drink, and then I am going to bed.
We are locked, loaded, and legally celibate. So you'd think that would be the end of this paperwork orgy, right?
Please make us stop.
Picture a Friday afternoon. Everyone in chambers is halfway out the door. The clerks are dreaming of beer and bad decisions. And then someone reminds them, hey, we still have Melendez versus Heberger to process. You know that feeling when you're about to clock out of work and your boss drops a 620-page mess on your desk? That is this case.
I just looked into the court system, and you are not, he'll try and befriend me in some way.
What does that even mean?
And bless that poor clerk forced to read this legal landfill, acknowledge it as received, and label it as complete. So you might be asking yourself, Lucy, doesn't this mean it's over? No. It means that it's paused or pending. When something is fully submitted, the judge has everything he needs to make his decision. But because the courts are so incredibly slow, the judge has no deadline to actually do so.
I don't have time to cover all this shit you're sending me.
It could be 30 days or 90 days or whenever the judge runs out of crossword puzzles to play around with. It's the judicial version of I'll get back to you. And John, he thinks that means that he is winning. Or at least he did think that. I don't know what he thinks anymore.
So at the end of the day, if they win, getting more super chats, heck, if they happen to win this lawsuit, it doesn't matter. I will always be at the end the winner.
But let me correct you, Johnny boy. It just means that the court is ghosting you politely.
Now I'm a chicken.
So I'm thinking during this time, finally, it's over. No more filings. I don't have to read any more paperwork. Maybe we can all move on. And then I refresh the docket, the court docket, and there it is. The very next day, more filings. What an anticlimax. I'm over here literally screaming at my computer screen. How are there more filings? It's been marked fully submitted. It's like watching somebody microwave tinfoil. You can't stop them. You just wait for the sparks to fly. To be fair, the next filing was almost as stupid as anything else in this case because it was Tabber's letter to court. He really should stop writing letters.
Stop it.
Specifically, the letter was addressed to Judge Cohen, and Tabber is requesting an adjournment of all the pending motions, which makes literally no sense because it's already been marked fully submitted. There is nothing to adjourn at this point. And the court had already set a preliminary conference down for December when Tabber asks for the adjournments until October. Dude, get a fucking calendar. October, November, December. That one comes next. Reply papers were already due. You don't need to ask for a deadline of 10/17/25. You already submitted, you dumb fuck.
You dumb fuck. Oh, wait. Please tell me, you dumb motherfucker.
And further, if a motion has already been marked submitted and there is a reason that it needs to be adjourned, like for example, a medical emergency, but definitely not something like a vacation to Paris with the love of your life, nor for Jewish holidays that you don't even know the correct dates of, then the proper procedural way to do this is with a motion to adjourn, not just a stinking letter. You need to make a motion.
You're an idiot.
In that motion to adjourn, Tabber would need to show good cause and likely file an application or affirmation directed to the judge's chambers and also send notice to all of the parties. That is not the legal equivalent of sending a letter to the judge. Jesus Christ. Now, that isn't the only reason this letter to court was so dumb. It also includes a copy of the letter that Tabber sent to Danny on September 11th, 2025, where Tabber specifically states, I spoke with our client, referring to John. Our client is interested in seeing a resolution of this matter so long as defendants, Karl and Shuli, collectively agree to refrain from using his image, likeness, audio, visual, and persona. My dude, this is like SLAPP 101.
You idiot.
SLAPP is a lawsuit where a defendant claims that they are being sued primarily to silence, intimidate, or punish them for exercising free speech on a matter of public interest, i.e., a public figure, i.e., John?
Because I'm the successful one. I'm the name that everybody knows.
And that's exactly the statute that Karl and Shuli are invoking here. New York dramatically expanded its anti-SLAPP laws in 2020, making it one of the strongest sets of laws in the country. So saying something like, oh, just forget about the money, just that could weaken your damages argument, John. It may help the defendants argue the lawsuit was about silencing them, John. And in an anti-SLAPP posture, contradictions or reduced damage demands can be weaponized, John. Not the best move there, buddy boy. I've said it before and I'll say it again. These filings are breeding and not in a good way.
They're multiplying!
Every time Tabber hits send, 2 more filings appear. At this point, I half expect to see document 69. Oops, wrong position, again. It is official. None of this makes any sense. Every time I untangle a motion, 3 more crawl out of the woodwork. Progress in this case just means that the judge hasn't started throwing staplers yet. John's filings are like his stand-up career. Repetitive, confusing, and full of setups that go nowhere.
Let me ask you guys, like we goof on the name Northwest, but has anybody ever heard of a Kanye? Kanye? I mean, I've never heard it. Doesn't it sound like pig Latin? Like Ikbe, Upye, Kanye.
So what's next? Well, the court has scheduled this preliminary conference for December 16th, 2025. A preliminary conference is a meeting where the judge is going to establish a schedule for discovery and other sorts of pretrial matters, like exchanging documents and taking depositions.
And now, discovery doesn't scare me. Discovery should scare them.
The goal is to streamline the litigation process, encourage potential settlement, which I think that we all know is not going to happen here.
Fuck him. Fuck you. Why would I settle with you over anything?
And set deadlines for future actions. This is going to result in a court order that all of the parties must follow. So this is going to be the first time that the judge is directing anybody to do anything. So yeah, we're going to be fully submissive. Every paper is in, every motion is spent, and yet somehow the circus keeps spinning. Next time on A Quickie with Lucy, I actually have no idea what we will be talking about because my incompetent producer, Ray Perbutt, hasn't figured it out yet.
Ray Perbutt produces these.
Fuck Ray.
He's been too busy spending $2 a pop in super chats to have his hack jokes read by somebody very, very dumb.
Ray Perbutt, thanks for the $2. Mr. Duke, what filter was better, egg or alien?
And don't forget, you can always join the fight against evil by going to fightthedabbler.com. Until next time, dabblers, keep your briefs short, your filings sober, and for the love of God, stop refreshing the docket.
Skull! Skull!
Ugh. The first one was boring and the second one tasted like falafel.